Hello and welcome back to Powerlifting America Scary Strong 3, the second session here in beautiful Boston, Massachusetts. My name is Adriana Davis and I'm joined in the booth by a fellow beloved local in the community, founder of Blueprint Strength, Alec Chen. What's up, man?
I'm excited to watch this session.
I'm super excited. We've got some really big names, some strong lifters in here. Taylor Atwood making his comeback, along with Jacqueline Malater, alongside some other very, very strong names. We're going to get started in just a couple of minutes here. Darlene Sun is going to start us off with a 102.5 kilo squat, and here she is walking out to the platform. We've got two flights here in this afternoon session across all different weight classes, all different age groups. Darlene with a confident walkout.
Depth looks good. Looked like a very good opener to me.
There it is. Referees agree. We've kicked off the afternoon session.
Now, the first session I think was great. We saw some great showings, had some good energy, but the second session seems like all eyes are in this second session right
Yeah,
now.
I think so. I mean, with names like Kelsey Scanavan coming out to 130 kilos, we've got some, I mean, like I've said, just super strong lifters in this flight, in this session.
You can just see it in their meet history here. Kelsey here has been competing for 7 years, and this is her 14th meet.
Yeah, just a veteran in the game. I mean, this is already a pretty big squat for a 57 kilo lifter.
And that experience obviously shows. Smashes that first attempt.
Bars loaded for Lindsay Rubel coming out to 132.5. I mean, just showing the strength of this flight. We've got all women and one man in this first flight, and we're already close to that 300-pound mark. This is 292 pounds for Lindsay. Now, she is in the 69 kilo class, but she is weighing just a tad over 63 kilos.
Very speedy descent. Explosive on the way up. Very well done.
And here we have Ashley Tran making her debut to the Powerlifting America scene, getting started with 135 kilos, 297 pounds.
Now at this meet, Ashley seems to only need to qualify for nationals and reach the qualifying total for that. So I'd be interested to see if she's going to have a similar approach to some of the athletes in the morning who are just looking for a qualifying total. And Ashley smashes that first attempt.
Yeah, gives that nod of approval to her handler there, starting off strong. Taylor coming up next, 137.5 for her opening attempt. We've crossed over the 300-pound barrier, 303 pounds.
This is a deep flight.
It is, and I can already tell the energy, it's a bit higher from the morning session. More people have filed in to watch, and I mean, we're already over the 300-pound mark.
Yeah.
Taylor's got a best squat of 147.5. So let's see how 10 kilos under moves.
It looks like every single person in this flight is opening above 2 times body weight. Is that correct?
I believe so. Yeah, I mean, like we said, this afternoon session, we're heating up.
All right, here we go. We have Brooke Reynolds coming up, coached by Sophia Viras.
Also making her debut to the Powerlifting America stage. Probably trying to get a qualifying total for nationals. Depth,
Easy
no
opener.
question there.
I mean, I've been following her training along on Instagram, and her squat's been looking good.
Yeah, she's got a big squat on her. Yeah, she's here to have fun. She's
She
going to be
looks happy
dancing
about
on that
that.
opening attempt. Hannah going to come up next. 152.5 for her opening attempt. Competing in the 76 kilo class, but typically she does compete in the 69 kilo class, weighing in around about 72 kilos today. Strong walkout, waiting for that squat command. There it is.
Nice and easy.
Oh, yeah, nice celebration there. And a lot of these lifters in this session are a bit more experienced, so they are, very adept to taking openers, taking smart attempt calls. Hendrick up next, our sole male in this first flight, 180 kilos to start off his day.
Hendrick here is a little bit of a hybrid athlete. He also has a passion for distance running
Oh,
and is
nice.
looking to train for a half marathon next year, which is no easy feat along with powerlifting.
Definitely not. I mean, literally complete opposite
Yeah.
sports. Starts off strong with 180 kilos. And here we have Jacqueline Malater, 187.5. Huge opening attempt for Jackie. Typically competes in the 69 kilo class. Decided not to cut for this meet, just coming out here to have fun. Put up some big numbers. This is 413 pounds. She was the bronze medalist at this year's PA Open Nationals and competed at SBD Raleigh as well. And that
Ob-
was strong.
Obviously, opener, no problem for an experienced lifter like Jackie.
I mean, even though I've seen her lift time and time again, I am always amazed with how fast she can move 400 plus pounds. Now, Joe's going to end off our flight of openers, 205 kilos on the bar. Depth looks good. Easy work there. 3 white lights, good lift.
And we're ramping up back at the top for our second attempts with Darlene taking 107.5 kilos.
Now, Darlene is a 52 kilo lifter, so you were correct earlier in saying that she had already opened up with over twice her body weight. Being coached there by Christy Paraki.
You'll see in the second flight we have some more experienced lifters, but these lifters are getting pretty close to their all-time best even on their second attempt. I think we're in for a show today.
Yeah, for example, Darlene, only 2.5 under her all time best. Let's see it. Move solid. Moved
Needed,
as a second should.
yep. Looks like there may have been an issue with the wrist wraps,
Yeah,
if
so
I'm not
the only thing
mistaken.
you can adjust on the platform is your belt. So she must have started to adjust her wrist wraps on the platform.
Yep.
Kelsey up next. 5 kilo jump to 135 kilos. Now, she did have a bit of a cut coming into this meet, weighed in just zero point 0.1 kilos under 57, the cap for her weight class. Let's see how this moves. Nearly 300 pounds here. Oh, man.
Ah,
And that cut could have had an effect on her.
it looks like she fell back a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean, you never expect to miss a second attempt, right?
Yeah.
So they're likely, I mean, probably so just going to repeat that,
Yeah.
perhaps get a bit more hype. And like you said, she could have fallen back a little bit. She could have had a misgroove, so hopefully she can come back and hit that on her third.
Oftentimes with these cuts, though, you see the performance improve over the course of the meet. So
Oh
just
yeah,
because the squat doesn't move well doesn't mean the rest of the meet isn't going to go as
of course,
planned.
yeah, as she gets rehydrated, refueled. I mean, the cut can take a lot out of you, and oftentimes, like you said, the squat is the one that could take the biggest hit. Now, Lindsay Rubel, another 5 kilo jump to 137.5. Nice.
Fights through that little bit of sticking point, but looks like that was no problem for her with some more kilos in the tank to go. Now we have Taylor getting ready to step on the platform, smiling, putting in that mouth guard.
Getting a bit of hype, bit more amped for this second attempt. Just 5 kilos under her best, 142.5 on the bar. Nice.
Well done. That moved very well for a second attempt.
Yeah, again, similar to the other lifter, had to put in a bit of work in the middle, but she still has room to go.
Yep.
Now, Ashley blew up her opening attempt, now taking a 7.5 kilo jump to 142.5. If you're in a commercial gym, this is 3 plates.
I'm fully expecting this to move well based on that first.
Yeah, I mean, Ashley's squat is just so satisfying to watch.
Honestly, her deadlift is too. You
Yeah,
guys
she's
just
got a
wait.
big dead. Yeah, you wait for that deadlift. Gotta stick around for that. But first, 142.5. See it.
Oh, that moved like the empty bar.
Move like an opener.
Now, I know this is just a qualifying meet, but her all-time best is 150 kilos in competition, so I'm wondering if they're going to take a stab at chipping that PR.
Yeah, they potentially could. I could see them. I mean, she took a 7.5 kilo jump for her opener. Could potentially take another 7.5 to match it. And like you said, even though it's a qualifier, she could still put on a pretty good performance here.
Exactly. Now we have Brooke with 150 kilos. This is just over 330 pounds.
Brooke's another lifter who is making their debut to the Powerlifting America stage. Just having a bit of fun out here.
Beautiful second attempt. Right out of the hole. That looks so strong.
Yeah, I mean, her all-time best is 170 kilos. So yeah, she's a squatter. She's got a big squat on her. So 150, she just blew that up. Hannah waiting in the wings. 10 kilo jump here. 162.5. 358 pounds for the junior lifter.
This is already a 2.5 kilo PR for Hannah. And she does say that she's been feeling very strong this whole prep. So I'm very excited to see what she's able to put up with this weight and her third.
Nice.
she's definitely got more in the tank
Yeah, and that
there.
was already a PR for her.
Yeah.
Awesome job. Skips off the platform. Things seem to be going well. And here we have Hendrick, 187.5 for his second attempt.
I really couldn't imagine training for long distance running and a powerlifting meet at the same
I
time.
couldn't either. I mean, I myself hate running.
The demands of both these sports are just so far apart on the spectrum. It's so impressive whenever anybody's able to pull it off and succeed at both.
Like Hendrick does, three white lights there. And gives the nod of approval. Now, Jacqueline Miller, phenomenal competitor here. 10-kilo jump to 197.5. She is a contender for the 69-kilo national title this upcoming PA Nats.
She has her best dots is 5:59.
Insane. I mean, this is 197.5, 435 pounds. 5 kilos under her best. Let's see how this goes for her. Nice.
Wow.
She can grind a squat too, so I mean that she smoked that. That was awesome.
For those of you guys who don't know, 500 dots is already a lifetime goal for 99.9% of powerlifters. Her
559.
openers alone are above 500 dots.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's no question she's likely going to win best lifter, at least on the female side. And she's just here to put up some fun numbers, show off the progress she's made in training.
And now we have Joe up with 217.5 kilos.
Bit of a fight. Locks it out.
Should have no problem with more kilos in the tank, though, on the third.
Yeah, it was smooth all the way through. He didn't have a
Yeah.
crazy sticking point. Didn't have to put up too much work into that. Still has room in the tank.
And Darlene back at the top, stacking another 2.5 kilos onto her best attempt so far of 107. This would match her previous best. Oh, but something important to note is that her previous best was done in the weight class above. So she's lighter now,
nice.
squatting the same weight.
So basically a PR.
Yes.
A bodyweight PR.
Yep.
Let's see it.
She looks determined.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Great call there.
She probably had more, too.
Yeah, she probably could have had 2.5 more.
That 2.5 call was probably a conservative call just to tie the PR, right?
Yeah, and you're conserving energy as well leading into, I mean, you have a whole day ahead of you, bench and deadlift.
Yep.
And, I mean, it's great to build that momentum leading into the rest of the day, going 3 for 3.
Yep.
Up next is Kelsey.
Actually going up from that second attempt.
Yeah, missed her second attempt. It seemed like it was on strength, but you noted that it kind of looked like she did fall back on her heels a little bit.
Yeah.
So perhaps with a little more hype, like she asked from the crowd,
Yep.
a little bit more intensity,
Well, she's getting into it.
finding her groove a little more, she can find her way.
Let's go, Kelsey.
Lock it in, come on.
Oh, man.
That cut might have taken a little bit out of her.
That's all right. One lift at a time. Right. She's still got bench and she's still got deadlift. And she
Yeah, and at
is
least
on
she,
the board.
yeah, exactly. She got her opener in. She's on the board. Like you noted earlier, she can continue to rehydrate throughout the day, Potentially adjust openers down if it's feeling a little shaky. Now Lindsay, 142.5 for her final attempt. Lindsay's one of two masters lifters competing in this second session. Oh, come
Oh,
on,
come
stick
on.
with it. Yes.
Looks like she almost lost her footing there, and she recovered real nicely. Was able to fight through that sticking point.
Yeah, that was an awesome fight there. 2-1. It's a good lift. Gets that blue card, likely based on some up and down motion when she was fighting through that sticking point. But thankfully, majority rules. It's a good lift. She goes 3 for 3. Taylor now getting super hyped for this final attempt. 147.5, 325 pounds for the 63-kilo lifter. This would match her all-time best in competition. Looks super focused. Let's see it. Stick with it! Ah, I almost thought she was going to be able to fight through that sticking point. Just a hair too much. I think a kilo less would have gone. Still walks away with her second attempt. And here's Ashley
Oh, she's
getting,
getting fired up for
yeah,
that
getting,
last attempt.
147.5. This would be 2.5 kilos under her all-time best squat in competition. Again, she's
That
here to,
second attempt moved really well.
yeah,
I'm surprised they only load 147.
I agree. I mean, her squat, that second attempt blew up, like you said.
I'm sure there's some strategy to it. She's a veteran. She's competed multiple times. She's got a great handler with her.
Look at the focus on her face. Yeah, I mean, if I had $1,000,000, I would bet that this goes. Let's see it. Yes, ma'am.
Not a
Wow.
problem at all.
Phenomenal job. She had so much room left in the tank there. Great. Conserving energy for the rest of the day and giving some data to her coach as well that, hey,
Exactly.
perhaps she had another 5, maybe even 7.5 kilos left in the tank.
Maybe she was given an RPE cap.
Perhaps.
And Brooke getting ready to get out there for her third attempt of 160 kilos.
Took some pretty big jumps here, 12.5 and then 10 kilos. She's operating under her best just because she's here to have some fun, maybe do some RPE 8 lifts on the day, given that her best is 170 kilos.
She does have someone to impress in the audience, though. Her son is here watching her for the first time.
Oh,
So that
that's
must feel
lovely.
great.
She's going to blow this up for him.
Yep.
There it is. Great celebration there.
I'd be a proud son.
I would too. I mean, your mom's squatting 350 pounds?
Yeah.
Hannah, 170 kilos on the bar, 374 pounds.
Now she chipped her best squat in competition on her second attempt this time around, and she's looking to add some icing on the cake here with 170. And this would be a 10 kilo PR from last meet.
Yeah, and this is a big milestone here, 375 pounds. Decided not to cut for this meet, typically competes in the 69-kilo class. Let's see it.
That looks like it's going to be a good lift. Let's see what the refs say. And they agree.
Refs agree. Didn't even have to put all of that much work in it.
Hendrick here taking another 7.5 kilo jump from his second. That seemed to be a good strategy for the first to second, so let's see if he's got this in the bag as well.
Oh, come on. Stick with it. That was a phenomenal call. I think that should
That
go.
was perfect.
I think that was a perfect call for his third
Something
attempt.
I've found as well is that people who are able to run long distances, when they train their top end, they tend to be able to grind really well through reps.
Perhaps some built up lung capacity there. Now, Jackie Malater trying to send a message to the other U.S. 69 kilo lifters.
Now, this is also a PR attempt here. Any PR attempt by an advanced lifter like Jackie, that's no
It's
easy
huge.
feat.
It's huge. Yeah.
Most of the time, these lifters are fighting for a small PR every year. So we're lucky to see this.
Come
Come
on,
on,
Jackie.
Jackie.
Man, I thought that would have gone based off her second. Unfortunately, that's going to be a no lift for Jackie. Just a hair too much. I mean, yeah, I personally thought that would have gone. She can grind out a squat, but just a little too much again.
That is part of the reality of being one of the top competitors in the sport, though.
Yep, PRs are hard to come by. And I mean, it is a local meet. It is one of those meets where you're not risking placing like you are at a national meet. You can have a little bit more fun. Go for those PRs. So I'm
Exactly.
glad she went for it.
Yeah.
She'll come back on the bench and put up something huge. Now, Joe, 222.5 for his final attempt.
Finishing out the flight again, and that was a good fight.
Looked like a perfect call there for his third. Yeah, woo. Good lift there.
We're going right into the second attempts here, the second flight here.
Kamyar's going to start us off.
Looks like his handler, Wyatt, was a competitor in the morning session.
That's what I love about powerlifting. I mean,
Yeah.
you see people wearing so many different hats, competing, handling, refereeing.
Yep.
Kamyar's going to get started with 75 kilos. Blows that up. He might be dealing with a bit of an injury there, just taking a token squat.
That's what it looks like to me, or it might just be a qualifying meet.
Oh, it could. It could be. Richard's going to be up next. 180 kilos on the bar. Clock has started, but not completely sure where he is.
Hopefully he does not time out, but he does have 45 seconds left.
Yeah, you do have a full minute to get that squat command. Just waiting in the wings there. Good time to give a shout out to SBD, Pete Spence. Feeling scary and strong today.
And of course, we can't forget to thank the Northeastern Powerlifting team
Of
for
course.
their spectacular spotting and loading today. They help us keep the lifters safe, and they help us keep the meets running smoothly.
Yeah, I mean, this morning it felt as though as soon as the lift was done, the next lifter was already up. I mean, watch the speed at which the NUPL team changes the weight.
And it looks like Richard did time on that first one. We're not really sure what happened, but we hope the best for him, and we hope that he will make it up to his second attempt. But now up next, we have Jeff with 190 kilos, about to step on the platform.
Jeff actually trains out of this gym, so this is his home gym. Hopefully, feeling very comfortable in this environment.
Hopefully feeling scary strong.
Easy opener there for Jeff. 3 white lights, good lift. Sean's going to come up next, 197.5 for his opening attempt. Round about 435 pounds. Here he is, just coming out a bit late, putting on his knee sleeves there.
He does have plenty of time left, about 30 seconds, but he will have to hustle a little bit if he wants to get that start command in time. All he's got to do, though, is just be ready for that start command before the timer runs out.
Here he comes, 20 seconds on the clock.
Looks like he'll have plenty of time.
Coming a bit close, 3 seconds.
Oh, just in time.
Didn't seem to phase him too much. Gets on the board,
He
3
got
white
it
lights.
precisely at the
Right,
last
yeah,
moment.
right at the last
Down to
second.
the wire.
Had to hold my breath there a little
yeah.
bit. Yeah, thankfully he got that on the board. It kind of sucks if you time out an opener because you didn't even get to take it. You didn't get to see how it moves. You have to decide whether you're going to repeat it or go to your plan second.
Now, when that happens, most lifters will probably take it in the warm-up room.
Yeah.
They
I've
don't
seen
have
that
to.
happen before. Now Ted Diaz, 202.5 on the bar for his opening attempt, competing in the 105 kilo weight class. Being handled there on the side by Christy Paraki.
Absolutely no problem there.
Smoke show. 3 white lights, a good lift. Albert coming out 212.5 on the bar for another 105 kilo lifter.
Opening up with 212.5 kilos, Albert's goal for this meet is to hit a 500-pound squat, which is 227 kilos. So he only has another 15 kilos to go. Let's see how this moves.
Depth looks no question. I think he could have it.
I think it's there.
I think with some smart planning, some smart attempt selection, he could have that 500-pound squat.
Absolutely.
Raul's going to come up next, a.k.a. Mikey.bda on Instagram, being handled there by Gabby Martinez. Some of you might recognize her, 69 kilo national champion.
Lots of big names at this meet.
Lots of big names, definitely.
Including yourself?
Sure. 220 on the bar for Mikey's opening attempt. 485 pounds.
Looks like we're getting a replace command.
Oh, not exactly sure what happened there.
Looks like the referee pointed at the knees.
Yeah, that's what I might have thought. Looks like he corrected it, got that squat command. Didn't phase him too much there.
Let's see what the refs say. It's a good lift. Coming up next,
Michael Gagne,
a man of many names,
AKA
Yellow Thick Road.
a.k.a. Strength Through Cinema, a.k.a. Silly Camera Guy, opening up with 222.5 kilos.
If he looks familiar, you're probably right. You've
You're,
probably seen him at your local meet.
you're probably used to seeing him behind the camera. Now here he is, the main focus. He's been dealing with tons of adversity, sciatica for the last couple years. Hasn't competed in a while. Looking to have a big comeback here, and he starts off strong.
That squat moved really well. I mean, he says he'd like to share that his main goal is to beat Taylor Atwood today, and that squat seems like it's putting him right on track.
Potentially. Well, we'll have to see how the day shakes out. Chris is going to come out next. Masters 2 lifter, opening up with 225 kilos.
I don't know if you remember, but Chris had coached his son to a 9 for 9 meet today.
9 for 9, 27 white lights in the morning session.
I'm sure Chris is looking to continue this momentum. I
I
wonder if
agree.
his son is handling him. I didn't see him.
I don't know. He might be handling himself. I mean, he seems very experienced in the game, has got that beautiful Team USA singlet on. Let's see how he starts off.
Smooth opener. Let's see what the refs say.
To the one, it's a good lift. Bit borderline on the depth there.
Yep, that's what I was waiting on, but
Eric Andrews going to come out next. 230 kilos.
it must feel good for Eric to get back on the platform under the bar for a squat. This is his first full power meet in over a year. Excited to see what he's able to put up this time around.
Yes, sir.
He's definitely showing his experience there. This is his 13th meet. Not many lifters stay in the game for that long.
Yeah. I mean, we see lifters come and go. Powerlifting is definitely a sport that has lifters rotate, come in, get out in 2 years. So it's very, very inspiring to see lifters such as Taylor Atwood being in the game for so long.
11 years competing now.
Insane. I mean, I didn't even know what powerlifting was 11 years ago. Taylor Atwood looking to make a comeback here at Scary Strong 3, has not competed since the 2023 IPF World Championships, where he placed bronze, was unseated from the throne. Used to be called the pound for pound king. I'm sure we all remember him doing 838.5.
Well, you're speaking in the past tense right now. I think he's looking to reclaim that throne.
I think he might be. Let's see how it goes today. 260 kilos for his opening attempt. This will tell all.
Wow.
I think we could see some big jumps.
We're
from
in
today.
for a surprise today, I'm sure.
Oh, he looks confident. Don't call it a comeback. Now, Trey Ricard, 290 kilos.
Closing out the flight. That is a big squat.
That is a big squat for an opening attempt.
Did I see this right? He's a 93.
Yes, sir.
He's a 93, opening with 290.
Trey's been in the game for a while, being coached under flex training systems.
That is nearly a 640-pound squat.
For an opener.
3 times body weight. Over 3 times body weight.
Last competed quite a bit ago, back in June of 2023. Trying to show off the progress he's made since then.
Wow. Beautiful looking squat.
3 white lights. There it is. Good lift.
Another one of those 500 plus dots lifters.
Ooh, I mean, what a flight of openers that was.
Yeah.
I mean, just like some phenomenal squats already on those first attempts. Now we're going to roll straight into second attempts. Kamyar opened up with 75 kilos, now taking 125. Again, we're speculating, but here he might be dealing with a bit of injury, looking to just qualify. Maybe here primarily to show off his bench and deadlift skills. Should move easy for him, and there it is. To the one, it's a good lift. Gets one red card from the center referee for depth.
Looks like he's laughing about it, though, as he walks off the platform.
Yeah, he seems to be just taking kind of token lifts here for the squat. Now, Richard repeating 180 kilos. If you
Looking
remember,
to get on the board here.
he timed out his opening attempt. We're all kind of looking around. Where is he? Where is he? Perhaps
But
he
he's
was in
here.
the bathroom.
He's here now.
Now he's here to get on the board. Slow descent. Depth looks good, at least from this angle. And it is 3 white lights. Good lift for Richard to get on the board there. Jeff Bruno, 15 kilo jump to 205, 451 pounds. His favorite Halloween movie is The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
You know, honestly, I haven't heard of that one either. I think I just don't watch many,
I don't think you watch that many movies.
or it's been a very long
That's one
time.
of the most popular horror movies. I mean, Jeff will probably celebrate after this to watch it. 3 white lights, a good lift. Going to be continuing that momentum throughout the day.
Platform is ready for Sean with 207.5 kilos.
Last competed about a year ago where he squatted 205 kilos. So already making some progress from that most recent meet.
Looked pretty easy to me.
Yeah, he's got
Definitely
plenty
have
of room
room.
in the tank.
Yep.
Ted Diaz.
He looks pretty focused here.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. Bringing focus, bringing intensity to the platform. 215 kilos. Strong, confident walkout. Easy.
Easy second attempt.
Yeah, super easy. To the one, it's a good lift.
The
Now,
reffing seems to be quite consistent today.
I think it has been too. And I mean, we've got 2 national level and one category referee on the platform as well. Actually, I think we've got 3 national level referees. So we're being held to a high standard here, even though we are at a local meet.
This is one of the most competitive local meets I've been to in the pretty much my entire life, probably.
Albert Lee, 220 kilos. Looking to hit that big 500 milestone. 485.
A little bit sticky. He's probably going to have to fight for that 227, but I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I am too. now. Michael Gagne jamming out to this music, locked in. Jumping up to 235 kilos. Now, this would match his all-time best squat in competition. He's been dealing with some injuries, dealing with some adversities. Don't call it a comeback. He's already matching his PR best on his second attempt. Let's see how it goes.
He has had a very great prep, though.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. Now this is strength through cinema.
Oh, yeah. Fired up. Feeling scary and strong. He is due for a PR on his third and final attempt.
Now he needed that if he wants a chance at beating Taylor Atwood.
I mean, yep, he definitely did. Every attempt is going to count here. Now, Raul, a.k.a. Mikey, 20 kilo jump, 240 kilos.
That's a big jump.
That is a big jump. I'm sure he's ready for it. He's experienced in the game. He's been competing for
24 years. Wow.
years.
What?
How old are you,
He's
Alex?
27. He's 27.
Oh, I think that's a mistake. Either way, I know Mikey's a very experienced competitor, and he's got another experienced competitor handling him.
Are you allowed to compete at 3 years old?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure the youth
I
age
don't
starts
know.
after that, right?
I think it does. Either way, that was a good lift for Mikey. 2-1. Locks in that 240 kilo attempt.
Now we have Chris up next.
The father of the father-son duo. 240 kilos stays on the bar for his second attempt.
Honestly, iconic, though.
Very iconic. I love seeing families compete together, or, I mean, just powerlifting families in general, but it's especially special when they compete at the same meet. And when one goes 9 for 9. Hopefully Chris can continue that trend. Let's see it. Yes, sir. Awesome. Moved exactly how his second attempt should.
And it's a good lift.
I could see him taking a 10-ish kilo jump from there. 10, 12 and a half.
He has been making very smart calls all day with his son, so.
Yeah.
Eric Andrews up next. Taking a 15 kilo jump.
Yeah, definitely seeing some bigger jumps in this afternoon session as the weights get heavier.
Beautiful squat.
Good lift. Now Taylor Atwood, the one we've all been waiting for. The comeback. 275 kilos on the bar for his second attempt.
Taylor says his favorite Halloween movie is Harry Potter. Would you say that Harry Potter is a Halloween movie?
I think it is. I think it can get kind of scary and strong.
So what is the definition? How do you define a Halloween movie, though?
Just a movie that could be scary. I feel like Harry Potter could be a bit frightening for some. Taylor last competed at the 2023 IPF World Championships, and he actually squatted 270 kilos there, so he's already pacing a bit above that meet. He is competing as an 83 kilo lifter here. Has a goal of contending for the top spot at PA Nats, either as a 74 or an 83 kilo lifter. See how this goes.
Wow.
Blows that up. There's that Atwood smile we've been missing.
Now, his best is 303 kilos in competition.
Oh, look how he stares into that camera.
Scary and strong.
Staring down. The haters, I mean, he's had so many people downing his comeback, saying he's washed, all this and that. He's here to make a statement today.
He's got something to prove today.
Now, Trey, 305 kilos.
This is a PR.
This is a PR on his second attempt. Again, he hasn't competed since June of 2023.
This is a big squat for a 93.
This is a big squat for a 93. Let's see it. Focused up. Look good on the strength. Wait to see what the judges say on that.
Ah,
And he's a bit frustrated, of course.
looks like a depth call.
Just needs to squat a little lower. I mean, the strength was good. I'm interested to see what he does there. If he goes up, if he stays the same.
Yep, he does have a whole minute to decide, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he puts in for his third attempt.
And that already would have been a 2.5 kilo PR attempt.
I
So
personally would probably just retake it,
I
but
think so. Retake it, sink it a little bit lower. Make sure to. I mean, he took a 15 kilo jump from there. So if you
yep,
miss
he's retaking it.
he's retaking it. I
Yep.
think that's a smart move. I mean, if you're jumping more and then your natural instincts kick in, you're cutting it a bit high, then you're leaving those valuable kilos on the table.
Kamiar now taking 155. It seems like they were kind of playing the squat by feel, starting real light, taking slightly larger jumps.
Yeah, he looks a bit surprised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that must have been a situation where he was just, like you said, taking the squat by feel, seeing how it's moving, perhaps dealing with a bit of an injury or just qualifying.
Or
You
both.
never know you never know a lifter's story. Like, we don't know the story with Richard's first attempt, but he was able to come back, get it on his second, now taking a 10 kilo jump to 190 kilos.
His second was no problem, though. I don't think so.
No problem at all.
And this is a PR. He only needed 2 attempts.
If it works, you only need 2. You only need 1 sometimes. Takes his time getting set up properly.
Let's go, Richard.
That looked like a great call,
Very well done.
honestly.
Showing us that he really only needs 2 attempts to hit a PR. That's a statement for sure.
Yeah. Sending a statement.
Bars loaded for Jeff Bruno. About to take a PR attempt here. Looking like he feels very much at home competing in his home gym of Titan Barbell in Stoneham, Massachusetts.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen many, many PR attempts here today. Just great to see that lifters are able to bring their progress from the gym to the platform. Let's see Jeff do the same.
Beautiful squat.
Does it with ease, honestly. 3 white lights.
Some people's squats are just are just a pleasure to watch. That was one of them.
Sean now 217.5 for his final attempt. This would match his all-time best in competition. Nice. Very nice job from Sean. 3 white lights. It's a good lift. Goes 3 for 3 in the squat event. Again, he last competed just about a year ago where he squatted 205 kilos, so already pacing very, very well on the day.
Looks like Albert's taking 225 kilos, which is 496, just shy of his goal for this meet, 500 pounds. But I think it was a smart move.
I honestly think the exact same. His second attempt was a little bit sticky throughout. It was a little bit slow, so I think the 7.5 could have been a bit of an overreach. So
But
let's
I think
see
it was
how.
there, but would just take a little bit of a fight. But let's see how 225 moves. I'm sure he's more confident coming into this number.
Let's see it. Yes, sir.
And that looks like it's going to be a good lift.
I think that was a good call.
Yeah.
I think sometimes when those big milestone numbers are so close, it can be very, very tempting to go for it. So I think that was a really smart call,
After
just
that
taking that
attempt,
5 kilo jump.
after that attempt, though, I think he
You
knows
think
he
he
has
might
it.
have had it?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's better to have a higher number on the board and hit it and know
It's
that
a
you had more.
higher percent chance that he makes it.
Exactly.
Now Ted, he's gonna be going for that big 500-pound squat, 227.5 PR attempt for his final lift.
Nice and smooth the whole way up. 2-1, and it's a good lift.
Way to join the 500-pound club. Here he is, the man, the myth, the storm. 245 kilos for Michael Gagne's final squat attempt. This would be a 10-kilo PR if he hits this, if he locks it in.
Someone put on some country for this man. His go-to music for squatting is country. If he hits this without country music, that would be even more
That would
impressive.
be insane. Let's see it, Michael. I know this is going to be an emotional lift for him. Lock it in. Yes, sir!
Let's go.
That looked like the perfect call for Yellow Thick Road. Yes, sir!
Yes, sir. Now, is that enough to beat Taylor Atwood? What do you think?
It's too early to call. It's really too early to call. We're going to have to see throughout the day, but he already locks up that 10-kilo
It may be a
squat
fight.
PR. It might be a fight. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how the battle unfolds. Now, Chris, looking to take some inspiration from his son and go 3 for 3 in the squat event. 247.5 for his final squat. This would be a 2.5-kilo meat PR. Trying to stack the chimps here. He had to overcome gravity to make this meet. Let's see it. Fight through.
And he overcomes gravity again.
See what the judges say.
Ah.
I hesitated. He dropped into the hole but didn't go quite deep enough. 3 red lights there.
His other lifts were a little bit borderline, I would say, but it
What-
looks like the refs didn't cut it, didn't let it slide this time.
Yeah, I mean, when you're getting to those maximal attempts, it's just, it's natural human nature to cut it a little bit. That survival instinct comes to effect, but he still walks away with his second attempt at 240 kilos.
Fortunately, these lifters don't need to tap into their survival instinct with the NUPL team spotting.
Eric, 255.
And
Yes!
he finishes
Awesome
the
fight.
lift. Let's see what the refs have to say. And it's a good lift.
Let's go. Love the energy he brings. Awesome job from Eric. That was a 5-kilo meat PR. Great work. Loving the energy we're bringing. We are on our final 4 squats.
3.
Final 3 squats of Scary Strong 3. We got to make them count. Mikey, BDA going to come up next. 257.5.
Another big
Big jump, big jump.
17.5 kilos. Wow.
I mean, he's coming out of Texas. That's what they're used to.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Let's see it. Lock it in. Yes, sir.
Beautiful.
Nice attempt selection from Gabby Martinez. 3 white lights. Great job there from Raul, aka Mikey. Here it is, folks. The storm, the comeback. Taylor Atwood looking to go 3 for 3 to start off his redemption meet. 285 kilos on the bar.
That's 628 pounds. What did he weigh in at today?
He weighed in just a bit under 83 kilos. Again, looking to make a statement, looking to contend for a top spot at PA Nats.
He has not squatted this weight since 2021, so this would be a big
This
win
would
for
be
Taylor.
a huge squat for the comeback. Again, I remember watching 2023 Worlds where he was unseated as the champ. And I remember at that meet he did squat 277.5, but he missed it on the technicality. So I mean, this is just going to be a big one for him. And based on how his second attempt moved, I think this should go.
On the edge of my seat here.
Let's see it, Atwood.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
And he had room. 3 white lights.
A lot of room.
Taylor Atwood. Don't count him out. He's back. That's what he's telling the audience there. That's what he's telling the haters. He's back. First time in a year and a half that he's competed, and he's already starting out very, very strong with that 285 kilo final attempt.
Now closing out the flight, Trey Ricard, retaking his second attempt weight of 305 kilos. Missed on depth, but he looked very strong.
Hopefully he can tap into some of that dad strength.
I think he's got this.
I think he's got this. Just a little bit lower. It looked better.
That looked better. Let's see what the refs have to say.
2-1. It's a good lift.
That's a good lift. And that's a PR.
Praises God there. Great job. Way to lock it in. I mean, it's difficult to come back from a squat missed on depth and able to sink it a bit lower.
Definitely
Now,
gets in your head, but
yeah, definitely. So great job to Trey there. That was a phenomenal squat event.
What a flight.
What a flight. I mean, we had Jackie Malater squatting 197.5. Taylor Atwood on his way to a comeback, 285 kilos. I still cannot get over how fast that moved. I mean, he blew that up. He must have had 295, 300 in him.
He hasn't had an easy time coming back either. He has kids now, right?
Yes, and he's been dealing with all sorts of injury, and I mean, he's already starting off the day strong. Do not go anywhere. We will be back in 10 short minutes to jump back into the action in the bench press. We will see you then. Welcome back to Powerlifting America Scary Strong 3. We're going to get started here in just a couple of seconds in the bench press. Brooke Reynolds is going to start us off with 52.5 kilos.
Now, Brooke's been struggling with a little bit of a shoulder injury here, so it seems like she's just going to take what's there on the day.
Yeah, and like we know that this is just a qualifying meet for her. Just trying to get a total on the board before nationals. That's a good lift. 3 white lights. Ashley Tran gonna come out next to 57.5 kilos. Last competed not too long ago, back in September. So a short turnaround time period here. Just looking to have fun at this meet.
Her bench press has been going well in training, though. Obviously been a point of contention for her for a while, but seems like things are coming together. So I'm very excited to see what she's able to put up today. Wow.
Easy.
Easy.
Elbow depth is no question there. 3 white lights, a good lift. Darlene coming out next. Opening up at 67.5 kilos. Pretty sizable opener for a 52 kilo lifter.
And Darlene makes light work of that opener, 67.5 kilos. Not a problem at all.
Yeah, and again, she's only weighing in about a little bit above 50 kilos, so that's a pretty good bench. Kelsey's up next. 72.5 for her opening attempt. Didn't have the best time in the squat event, only walking away with her opening attempt at 130 kilos. Hopefully she's replenished a little bit more now after the cut, and hopefully bench can go a bit better. Slow controlled descent. Nice work there.
Looks like a strong opener to me.
Waits for those lights, and there it is. Up next, Lindsay, 82.5 for her opening attempt. Had a great day in the squats, went 3 for 3, looking to continue that momentum here in the bench press. Really taking her time with that setup, making sure she's in the right headspace.
Lindsay using the sink and press method here.
Yeah, very interesting technique there. She kind of descends and then sinks very aggressively. That's been used as a technique by a lot of lifters to navigate around the new elbow depth rule.
It definitely has been more popular recently, especially the last few months. I've seen more and more lifters switch to that style. Seems like it's making a little bit of a comeback. I think it was mostly popular earlier in the powerlifting days and more of a
Making a
soft touch.
comeback.
Yeah,
Yeah, making a
yeah.
comeback with the rule change. Taylor now, 87.5 for her opening attempt. And that's what's so fun about the bench press. We were noting in the morning session that with the bench press, there's so many different techniques, so many different styles: sink, soft touch, wide grip, mid grip.
And you see right there Taylor with a beautiful soft touch bench on her opener of 87.5 kilos.
Moved great, not too far from that 200-pound mark.
It's interesting seeing how fast lifters adapt to rule changes and how fast
Oh, for
people
sure.
determined, okay, sink and press is the new move.
I mean, we're athletes here. We have to adapt. Whatever rule change comes along, we will find a way. Hannah, 87.5 for her opening attempt. This would actually match her all time best in competition already. Seemingly, she's made some progress in the gym since her last meet. Moved very easy to match her best. Three white lights. It's a good lift. Starting off very, very strong. Already had a great squat day. Walking away with a PR there. Hendrick now, 115 on the bar, 253 pounds.
Beautiful attempt there.
Giving that nod of approval to his handler, saying, yep, it's moving well.
I believe Hendrick just moved down in weight class. He
Oh,
used to
wow.
compete
So,
at 80, 83.
and that's difficult to do, to move down a weight class and try to maintain as much strength as you possibly can.
Speaking of strength, Jackie Malater up for her bench press opener.
Huge opener here.
Just 2.5 shy for best bench.
Wow, let's see how this moves.
Wow.
Nice. Yeah, she has made some progress. Looking to make a statement here. I believe I saw her bench that big 300 pounds in the gym.
Jackie trains out of her own garage, which she calls the Pizza Hut.
I love that.
It's awesome.
Joe up next, 130 kilos, 286 pounds. Easy work there. Ooh, grabs his elbow. Might have had a bit of cramp there. Hopefully, nothing serious. Nonetheless, he starts off strong with his opening attempt. Brooke Reynolds shows some love to the camera there. 60 kilos for her second attempt.
She seems like she's in good spirits, just ready to have some fun out there.
That's what this is about. Having fun. Looking to just go 9 for 9. Have some fun. It's a local meet. You're just trying to qualify. And like you said, she has been dealing with a bit of a shoulder injury, so you don't want to risk it by going too heavy and aggravating it again. And that moves very, very easy
Obviously,
for Brooke.
well under her all-time best.
Yep, as expected. Bars loaded for Ashley, 62.5. 5 kilos under her best in competition.
Looks like they're trying to build up to tie a PR or maybe chip it if it's there. But if she makes easy work of that best press in competition, I think that's great data for a coach. Oh
Easy.
yeah.
Yeah, I expect them to probably jump the even 5 kilos to match her best in competition.
That's what they did on the squat as well, right? So
Yeah.
they're not looking to take anything crazy here. Just qualify.
Yeah, and I mean, she just competed just like 6, 7 weeks ago or so. So it's difficult to compete back to back like that and go all out at every meet. You don't want to burn yourself out or perhaps risk an injury. She's just trying to get her lifts in, go nine
Hmm.
for nine, have a fun day.
It's not even necessarily always the physical component, right? There's also that mental component that, just devoting that much energy and that large of a percentage of your life to training extremely hard for a big goal, that can be definitely very difficult to maintain multiple meets in a row.
Darlene, 72.5. Easy work for her second attempt. It's a good lift. 3 white lights. Bars loaded for Kelsey, taking the minimum 2.5 kilo jump to 75 kilos. Just 2.5 under her best in competition. Slow, controlled descent. And there it is.
Kind of look the same as the first, right?
Yeah, I think
Seems like
so.
they may have taken a more of a conservative approach just since her squat didn't might not have went as planned. So,
I think that's the smart move.
yeah. I mean, they could jump 5 kilos to an all-time PR if they think it's there.
Yeah, and again, it's a local level meet. Nothing's on the line. No money, no placings like at a national level meet or anything. Just here to have some fun. Put up a good total. Lindsay, 85 kilos for her second attempt. Another 2.5 kilo jump. Very common to see in the bench press, just given that that minimum 2.5 kilo jump can be a much larger percentage of the actual weight in comparison to something like a squat or a deadlift.
You'll see these 2.5 kilo jumps fairly commonly in presses under 100 kilos. So,
For sure. Now, Lindsay, again, had that very interesting, aggressive sink style. Ooh, unfortunately, that's going to be a no lift, yellow cards. I believe they might have called that for heaving. And that's the risk
potentially,
that you take when you have a sinking style. You've got to make sure that once you get that press command, you're not going back down with the bar.
there is that line you have to tread, right, when you decide to abandon that soft touch technique.
Now, Taylor, 5 kilo jump here, 92.5, crossing over that 200-pound barrier.
This is just 5 kilos under her all-time best, so I'd be interested in seeing if she looks to match it or break her PR. Moved pretty well though.
Yeah, and she looks hyped up after that. Hannah, 92.5, already matched her best on her opener. Looking to hit a 5 kilo PR here. And in the bench, that is massive. I mean, I will pray and pray for a 2.5 kilo PR. So to take a 5 kilo PR on her second attempt is just phenomenal.
She's looking to continue having a perfect day so far. Nice and patient on the unrack.
Pretty smooth all the way through. 2 to 1, it's a good lift. I did hold my breath a little bit there. It looked like her right elbow might have been a bit high, and that's what she got that red
Mm,
card for from the center referee.
I didn't even notice that.
It's treading on the border. It's
Yeah.
treading on the border. And again, that elbow death roll, it's so new and it is difficult to judge from the side. So she does get that one red card, but it's still a good lift. 2-1.
Now, I'd say when you're moving down a weight class, bench press is usually the lift that I feel like I'm affected by the most when I lose some weight.
I agree.
And Henrik is within 2.5 kilos of his best bench on his second attempt here, even though he just moved down from the previous weight class.
And unfortunately, the cut might have hit him. He might have had to do a water cut, a gut cut. Unfortunately, that's going to be a no lift for his second attempt. Thankfully, so he did get in his opener, so
And he
he's
does have
on the
another
board.
attempt to go, so he could have a chance to come back and redeem himself. Now here is what we've been waiting for in this flight. Jack accumulator, 132 and a half kilos.
292 pounds. For the, I mean, in this meet, she's a 76-kilo lifter, typically competes under the 69-kilo class. Very fast
Wow.
descent, and
That's a PR.
that's a PR for Jackie. First PR of the day, 3 white lights. I wonder if she's going to load the big 3 on her third.
I would.
I think she'll
I
have
would.
it. I think she could have it.
The PR's already there.
She could take a more conservative route and just take the 2.5. We'll have to see what she does. Joe, 137.5.
Breaking into the 300-pound mark here, right?
Yes. Ooh. Oh no,
Oh,
he might have hurt himself there.
that's never something we want to see.
Oh, he might have hurt his elbow there. I don't think he's going to come out for his third attempt. Very unfortunate to see. Hopefully we see him back in the deadlifts.
It looked like he was holding his elbow after his first attempt as
Yeah, I'm
well.
not sure what happened there. I mean, he did get his opener. He's not going to responding out. But, I mean,
Exactly.
we never want to see lifters get hurt, especially in such an acute format like that. Now we are rolling into third attempts for this first flight. Brooke Reynolds, 67.5 for her final attempt.
Looking to just, as you like to say, stack some more chips.
Stack those chips. Easy work there. Again, she's just here to have fun. All smiles. 67.5. Honestly looked like an opener.
And Ashley here, as we predicted, is loading 67.5 kilos to tie her all-time best. But I'm sure this is going to move way better. I mean, you saw that last attempt.
She smoked her second attempt. She's got such beautiful technique. I'm excited to see how this goes for her.
Wow.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Looked like an opener to me.
Yeah. Great job from Ashley. 2-1. She gets a yellow card.
Ash X lifts on Instagram, ladies and gentlemen.
Go give her a follow. She deserves it. She let me stay at her house 2 weekends ago. Thanks, Ashley. Darlene coming up next. 77.5 for her third and final attempt. Again, Darlene is a 52-kilo lifter, lifting 170 pounds here. This would be again, stacking the chips, 2.5-kilo all-time best bench in competition. Let's see how it goes for her.
That much weight on the bench press for someone only 50 kilos. A little too much for her today.
And that's the tricky thing with the bench press. If you jump just I mean, she smoked her second attempt jumping 5 kilos. It seemed like an appropriate call, but that line is just so thin between smoking an attempt and then just outright failing it.
Absolutely. And that seems like that is what Kelsey and her coach or handler was planning from the first to second attempt. They wanted to build a little bit of momentum and hopefully build some confidence going into the third. And that's exactly what they did on that second. And it moved just as well, if not better, than that first attempt. And now she's feeling more confident to approach this 80 kilo press, which would be a PR, 2.5 kilo PR. Let's see this, Kelsey. Nice and steady.
Not gonna go.
She fought for it, just wasn't there.
Yeah, I mean, it's a local meet. Nothing's on the line. If you have a shot at taking a PR, you go for it. Still walks away with 75 kilos from her second attempt. Lindsay now missed her second attempt, opted to go up anyways by 2.5 kilos. Now she got her second attempt up, but it was called yellow cards by all three referees.
I believe for heaving.
Yep, we're speculating a little bit here. It could have been something else, but we speculated that her sinking style, unfortunately, treaded on that line of heaving. So
So
that's
what
where
is
those
heaving?
heaving is when you get the press command and the bar comes back down. So
And I see it again, but let's see what the refs say.
let's see if we see those yellow cards. Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
So after you get the press command,
same
the bar
story.
cannot come back down before it comes up.
So again, that's that tricky thing. If you're trying to implement that sink technique to get around the elbow depth rule or just to try out a new style, you've got to be careful.
Taylor's fired up.
Yep.
97.5 kilos. That's 214 pounds, right?
Yep, that's a pretty sizable bench in the 63 kilo class nonetheless. This would match her all-time best in competition.
Surprised I did that math that fast.
Let's see it.
Ah,
Again, another story where her second attempt moved pretty well. 5 kilos seemed like it could be an appropriate call, and then it's just a little bit too much.
let's see if Hannah can prove us wrong with these 5 kilo jumps. She's had a great day so far.
This would be a 10 kilo bench PR for
Oh,
Hannah.
well, this is stress-free. She matched her PR in her opener.
She's having a great day. Seems to have had a great prep. Typically competes in the 69 kilo class. At this meet, she's treading somewhere in the middle. She weighs about 72 kilos, competing under the 76 kilo class. Said to me earlier that school was just stressful, wasn't worth it to do a cut. Just coming out here to have some fun, put up some numbers. And there it goes.
Looks like a good lift, but let's see if that right elbow.
Good eye. Gets that red card for elbow depth.
But it's
from
still a
that
good
center
lift.
referee. Still a good lift. 2-1, it's a good lift.
And back to Hendrick. Let's see if he's able to redeem himself on this third attempt, where if you guys remember, he had failed. I believe it was on strength on the second one, but you never know.
Yeah, and like you said, this is his first meet under the 74 kilo class. So coming down the weight class, it can be difficult to maintain strength, especially in the bench press.
And that 83 to 74 cut is it's not easy.
Nothing to sneeze at. Yeah, and unfortunately, again, for Hendrick, that's going to be a no lift, but nothing to lose. He had to come out there and try. And now, Jackie Malater.
Only adding a chip here.
I think it's a smart move. I mean, she had already went for a PR in the squat event and unfortunately missed her last squat. Now perhaps taking a bit more of a conservative approach.
Just the cherry on top here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and she already hit a PR in the bench on her second attempt. And this is, I mean, just shy of 300 pounds for Jackie. 297 pounds, 135 kilos. Trying to add some weight to that big PR she already hit.
Wow.
There it is.
Strong press.
Sending a message to the other 69 kilo
I
lifters.
think she would have had 300 today.
I think she could have, but I think that was a smart call.
Something's cooking in the Pizza Hut.
Something's cooking. Get ready. Atlanta is not too far away. Now we're going to roll straight into flight B of the bench press. Sean, 132.5, is going to start us off. Sean's competing in the 83 kilo class. Last competed about a year ago, where he ended up pressing 132.5. So if he moves this well for his opener, already making some great progress there. Controlled descent.
Easy.
There it is. Love to see it. Bars loaded. Ted Diaz, 135 on the bar for him. We're in the 105 kilo weight class.
I haven't really been paying attention to this, but have many of these competitors in this session been asking for liftoffs?
Not too many. I think less than I'm used to seeing. Typically, a lot of lifters will ask for a liftoff to conserve some energy. But sometimes lifters are more used to their own self liftoffs. It also takes out that variable of another person coming in. And that's a good way to start off the bench press for Ted. 3 white lights.
Up next, taking the same weight. The bar is almost loaded for Jeff Bruno. 296 pounds.
Smooth all the way through. 2-1. It's a good lift. Gets that blue card from the center referee.
Might have been soft elbows.
Probably for elbows. Yep. Didn't seem like there would be any up and down motion there. Richards coming out next. Not going to time out this time. 135 stays on the bar for his opening attempt.
Well, he hit a PR with only 2 attempts on squat. Just imagine. Just wait.
Just wait.
He has
Once
3
he
this
gets
time.
3 attempts, you better watch out. A little bit slow in the middle, but it was a smooth attempt all the way through. 3 white lights, and it's a good lift. Albert Lee had a phenomenal day in the squats, went 3 for 3. Didn't quite get that 500-pound milestone, but got just below it at 495. Opening up with 142.5, 314 pounds.
His goal for today is 340 pounds on bench, which I believe would be 155 kilos. Moved very well on that.
Starting off strong.
So he's got 12 and a half kilos to go.
Bars
Kamyar's
loaded
up
for
next.
Kamyar.
Opening with 155, and it seems like on the bench press he is at full strength today.
Yeah, if you remember in the squat event, he took some seemingly token lifts. But yeah, now he's opening up where he ended up in the squat event with 155 kilos. Oh, and he's going to get that replace command.
Did you see, was that the heels?
I believe his heels were not fully flat on the floor.
Ah,
So we still got 20 seconds to get that start command. Let's see what the judges say on that. 2-1.
that's
It's
a
a
good
good
lift.
lift.
Like we were talking about in the first session, some of these shoes, if they're slightly big or if they don't fit the shape of your foot correctly or ideally, sometimes it just looks like your heel is off the ground.
These lifters, they gotta invest in some heels or something.
Chris now opening with 167.5 kilos.
Chris went 2 for 3 in the squat event. Very fast descent. Had to put in some work there for his opener, but that should be a good lift, and it is. 3 white lights. Mikey up next, 170 kilos on the bar for him. Had a great day in the squats, went 3 for 3. Looked like a great call for his final attempt. Easy. And he took some big jumps in the squat too, so we could be expecting a similar story in the bench. 3 white lights, good lift.
Trey up next with the same weight on the bar.
Hasn't competed in over a year. And this would actually match his best bench in competition.
Wow, I didn't even notice that.
170 kilos. He's had some
Definitely
time off, had some time to make some progress in the gym.
put in some work on that press.
Nice. Fairly
Definitely
smooth.
expecting a pretty large increase on his bench this time.
Eric Andrews coming up. 172.5, 380 pounds. We got quite a few lifters getting close to that 400-pound mark in this flight. And again, as powerlifters, we get kind of desensitized to these kind of weights, but this is some big, big weight, over 380 pounds. Bit sticky in the middle, but still smooth all the way through. It's a good lift, 3 white lights.
Michael coming up next. This is his bread and butter, the bench press. Michael loves the bench press, and this is where he can make up some ground. Michael says that his goal today is to beat Taylor Atwood. Right now, he's only 95 kilos behind, so if he wants to make some ground, this is where he's going to have to do it.
And it all starts with his opening attempt at 177.5.
That's 392 pounds.
Yep, looking to upset multiple-time world champion Taylor Atwood. If not in the total, at least walking away with a gold medal in the bench. And he starts
Wow.
off strong towards that goal. Gives a little mew to the camera there. Easy work for silly camera guy. And now his direct competitor, Taylor Atwood, 185 kilos for the legend himself. Already started off his redemption meet strong with a 285 kilo squat. Now opening up with 185. He's got an all-time best bench of 202.5 kilos. And this will tell the story. Let's see how this opener moves for him. Oh my gosh.
You know,
That was so easy for Mr. Atwood.
when I was younger, in the first few years when I started powerlifting, I would always see videos of him pressing with pound plates on each side, the four plates on each side, and that was
That was
inspirational.
the goal. I mean, that was it right there. That was over a 400-pound bench press,
Yep.
moving easy for Mr. Atwood. Now we are back to the start of the order. Richard taking just a minimum 2.5 kilo jump to 137.5.
That's a small jump. It looked like his last attempt didn't move badly, right? I don't exactly recall. We'll see here.
Yeah, and sometimes it's the smart move to just take that minimum jump. I mean, you gotta keep stacking those chips. That's how you build the total.
Yep. And sometimes there are extenuating circumstances where us as spectators just can't see. Like, for example, I've taken a 2.5 kilo jump just because something's felt weird, right? And I just wanted to be safe. And it looks like that might have been the right call there for Richard.
I think that was a good call.
Smart plays win meets.
Yep, exactly. Three white lights.
And that
Good lift
was
for
a smart
Richard.
play.
Yeah, and I can only see him jumping probably 2.5 kilos from there.
Exactly.
Sean, 140 on the bar for his second attempt. Competing in the 93 kilo class. This is round about 308 pounds.
Looked the same as his opener.
Yeah, looked pretty smooth there. Great work. Ted Diaz looking locked in. Coming up next, 142.5, 314 pounds.
That's what I've noticed about Ted, though. He's very focused.
He's
Even
very,
on
very
squats. We
focused.
mentioned it before his first squat.
And that's the fun thing about these meets. You get to see the different personalities come out. Some lifters are much more hype, much more energized. Some lifters like to keep it calm. I mean, I'm the same way. I tend to get in my head, so I have to stay very, very focused, very keyed in before any attempt. Looks like it paid off for Ted.
Yep. Sometimes you even see lifters giving themselves monologues.
Oh, yeah.
That's always an interesting one. Reading breakup text, stuff like that. Hey, if the strategy works.
If it works, it works. Gotta do what you gotta do. Jeff now, 145 on the bar for his second attempt. 5 kilos under his best in competition. Been competing for 18 years, so he's kind of a veteran, or very much so a veteran in the game. Has a sort of closer grip there. Gonna be harder towards the lockout, but he fights through it. Three white lights, it's a good lift. Took a pretty sizable 10 kilo jump, so I expect probably a smaller jump to his third. Albert, 150 on the bar for his second attempt.
He seems to be on pace for his goal of 155 kilos. So this is going to be the tell-all.
Definitely so. This would match the best he's done in competition.
Seems like he is having a pretty good day so far. 225 kilos on the squat, just shy of his goal.
Ooh,
Come on,
and it's going to
Albert.
be some work. Can he stick with it? Unfortunately, that's going to be no lift for Albert Lee.
Let's see if he can get it on his third.
Yeah, shakes it off. Doesn't look too distraught there. And, I mean, that's the thing about meet day versus the gym. You can set goals in the gym. I've done the same thing. And on meet day, there's just so many different variables. Perhaps he had a cut. Perhaps just the environment of a meet setting, having to listen for the commands.
Maybe it's the bench itself, the pad is
It
different,
we
right?
are
There's
using the
so
new Alico
many
pad.
variables.
Always so many variables.
This is this the new Alico pad that they're using? Oh, it is very nice.
It is nice. It's a bit more squishy.
Yeah, that's what I like.
Kamyar, 5 kilo jump here, 160 for his second attempt. 352 pounds.
Wow.
Moves like butter for him. Great work there.
He
Three
is
white lights.
definitely at full strength on the bench press.
Yeah,
You
all
can tell.
smiles for him coming off the platform. Trey Ricard channeling that dad strength here. Already going for a 5 kilo bench PR on his second attempt. 175.
The esteemed 3 reds in competition. That's when it starts looking bigger. There's something about
Bigger
that.
and better.
There's something about that 3 reds that just looks nice.
Let's see him lock up this PR. Very fast descent.
Beautiful.
Yeah, he's got a beautiful, beautiful technique there. I mean, it's difficult to control the bar and the weight itself when you come down that fast, but he came
Especially
down
with that much weight.
Yeah, exactly, but he came down fast with it, had that nice soft touch, and just simply pressed. Now can Chris do the same? 175 stays on the bar for his second attempt.
Interesting to see that we actually have 2 83s closing out the flight.
Nice. Typically, you're going to see the heavier lifters close out the flight, but we've got some pretty strong 83s in this session.
Oh.
Going to be a bit too much
We
on
saw
that attempt.
a little bit of that uneven lockout in that first attempt, but it still looks strong, so he could have a chance to come back and redeem it. All right, bar is loaded for Eric Andrews with 177.5 kilos. That is 392 pounds, I believe.
This is his first full power meet in over a year. Has a best bench of 182.5. Getting fairly close to that here. Smooth. Beautiful sink technique. Now he sinks it, but he doesn't heave. That's the difference there that we have to note.
After he gets that press command, the bar only comes up. It does not come back down before he presses.
Raul, aka Mikey, 180 for his second attempt.
Staying true to those big jumps. Obviously, he's got a big bench press, so 10 kilos isn't too big, but still one of the bigger jumps we've seen in this flight.
Just shy of the big 400-pound mark.
Very easy. Now, speaking of that 400-pound mark, Michael looking to break into that with a big milestone. His first attempt looked very easy, so I was surprised that he had only put another 5 kilos on. What do you think that was? You think he's just going for that 400-pound milestone?
I think that could be it. Something could have happened in the back that we didn't know. Maybe his pec is acting up.
He looks happy enough, though.
Yeah, I mean, based off his first attempt, this should go for him. This should fly.
I mean, just keep in mind, he needs now 100 kilos to catch up to Taylor Atwood.
Let's see if he can make that up here. Lock it in.
Wow. Wow. That looked like an empty bar.
Michael, Mr. Bench Press, Gagne, pounding his chest there, locking up that big 400-pound milestone in competition, although he's hit it many times off the platform.
He's already well above his comp PR.
Now, Taylor Atwood, 195 for his second attempt.
His last meet, he had only pressed 197, so this is within 2.5 kilos of his best press. His opener was very fast.
His opener was easy. His opener looked like a warm-up, honestly.
I wonder if he's looking to hit an all-time PR here today.
He could be. I mean, his best is 202.5. could be closing in on that incremental 2.5 kilo PR, perhaps even matching it. But first, he's got to press this second attempt. Let's see how it goes.
Wow.
Easy.
Magical.
Very, very easy.
He must have watched Harry Potter before this.
I think he must have.
Wingardium Leviosa, that bench.
Yes, sir. I'm excited to see where it goes for his third. I mean, hasn't competed in a year and a half. That's got to feel good to get back on the platform. Back to the top of the order, Richard. Another 2.5 kilo minimum jump here to 140 kilos. See that nice controlled descent.
Man, he locks it out for a perfect day on bench.
Yeah, very nice fight there from Richard.
He technically hasn't missed an attempt yet. Timed out on the
Technically
first,
not, yep.
honestly, that moved just as well as his second.
Ted's coming up. 147.5 for his final attempt. This will be a 5 kilo PR if he hits this. Trying to go 6 for 6 on the day thus far. Lock it in. Yes, sir. Awesome job there from Ted. 3 white lights. It's a good lift. Brought that focus and intensity to the platform.
And it's all paying off.
Sean now. 147.5 stays on the bar.
This would match his all-time bench PR. I'm not exactly sure what his story is, but his last competition, he only hit 132.5, so it must be nice to be back at his all-time best here.
Come on.
Come on, lock it out.
I don't think it's going to go.
It looked just a little bit too heavy through that sticking point there.
Yeah, and his second attempt moved well. He did take a 7.5 kilo jump from there, so it's a bit dicey, potentially leaving kilos on the table.
Let's see if Albert is able to redeem himself on this third attempt here.
Redemption, the name of the game today for a lot of lifters. Hopefully he can key in, bring a little bit more intensity, set his form a little bit better. Come on, Albert.
Wow.
Yes.
Well done, Albert.
Redemption.
You know he wanted that. You can see it.
Awesome job there.
Powered through that sticking point.
And that is very, very difficult to do, not only physically but mentally, to miss an attempt seemingly on strength and then come back and hit it. Hats off to Albert.
And now Jeff looking to hit the same weight as Albert, looking to follow up in the same manner. Jeff, another one of the lifters so far with a perfect day.
Hopefully he can continue that trend with 150 kilos.
A little bit sticky.
Commentator's curse. Still walks away with 145. No big deal. I mean, He took a 5 kilo jump, so the only other jump he could have taken besides that is a 2.5 kilo jump. So not leaving too much on the table there.
Oh, it looks like he's feeling good. He took a 10-kilo jump from that second to third. Let's see if this pays off. It's always a little bit risky, but it makes it all that much more rewarding when and if it does fall.
Yep, and his second attempt moved fairly well. I had all smiles coming off the platform. So let's see it from Kamyar. Lock it in. Wow,
Wow.
he had a beautiful, beautiful soft touch there.
That was a 5-kilo PR and it moved like an opener.
That was great. That moved best than all of his bench presses.
Yeah.
Awesome job.
He looks happy about it. His handler looks happy about it.
Yeah, he must have just really keyed in. I mean, he had that beautiful soft touch, really honed in on getting that perfect setup going, perfect form.
Maybe that taper hit real nice.
Chris, another lifter, looking for redemption from that missed second attempt.
Reattempting that 3 red milestone here.
Let's see if he can lock this up. Come on! Oh my gosh, and he fights his way. One arm is locked out, but the other arm lags a bit, and he's not able to fight through it. Thankfully, he did get his opener in, so it's not that big of a deal. He's just got to shake it off, come back for deadlifts, and try to go 3 for 3 there.
Trey here looking to add another 5 kilos to his previous attempt, which was already a 5-kilo PR.
This would be a big bench for Trey. Getting dangerously close to that 400-pound club. Yes, sir! Locked in!
His bench has been moving really well today. He must be very happy about that.
Yeah, you can see it in that celebration.
Absolutely.
Almost breathes that sigh of relief that he's able to go 3 for 3 in the bench. Must be that dad strength coming in. Eric now trying to match his all-time best. We are now over 400 pounds in the bench press for Eric's final attempt, 182.5.
Remember how rare this is?
This is a sight to see. Lock it in. Come on, fight through it. Yes. Perfect attempt selection. 3 white lights. It's a good lift for Eric.
And Eric's preference is to watch scary movie recaps on YouTube, so I'm sure he'll be watching some of those between his bench and deadlift.
I'm sure he will. Oh yeah, we see STC jamming out in the background, getting locked in. But first, Mikey hits some of that ammonia, taking another 10-kilo jump to 190 for his third and final attempt. Soft touch. Let's see him lock it up. There it is. Even had some room in the tank there.
And that's a good lift.
Great job from Mikey. 3 for 3, 6 for 6 on the day too.
And now Michael.
AKA Yellow
Strength
Thick Road.
through cinema. Now, I believe
190.
we were correct about that jump. That 5-kilo jump was probably to hit that milestone.
I think it must have been. Now he tries to add another 7.5-kilo jump there.
And it looks like Taylor has added 7.5 kilos to his bench as well, just to keep up with Michael.
It appears so. Yes, sir.
Wow. Beautiful.
Locked it up. I thought he was about to do a backflip there.
Yeah.
Phenomenal job from Mr. STC himself, even giving some props to his opponent there. Now, Taylor Atwood, 202.5. This would match Taylor's all time best bench in competition. Really trying to make a statement here before PA Nationals in Atlanta.
Matching an all-time best. This lift
That's gotta
must
feel
be
good. That's gotta
this
feel
this
good.
must matter a lot to him.
I mean, you can see it.
Yeah.
Look at the intensity. Bringing that focus to the platform, as always. This should go. I mean, his second attempt absolutely flew. Let's see it. Yes, sir.
Wow.
Oh my
There
gosh.
is no better way to say I am back than pressing a third attempt like that.
Don't call it a comeback. 202.5 for Mr. Atwood. I'm just excited to see what he's going to deadlift. What total is he going to end up with? Is it going to be in contention with the other 83 kilo lifters of the United States? Now, that was a very, very exciting bench press session there. We saw some disappointments, we saw some PRs, we saw some redemption stories
We saw some
unfold.
big 400-pound bench presses today as
Yeah.
well.
And on the ladies' side, we saw Jackie Malater get close to that 300-pound mark. Many ladies cross over the 200-pound mark.
And so many PRs.
So many PRs. Do not go far. In just 10 short minutes, we are going to come back and wrap up Scary Strong 3 with the most fun event of the day, the deadlift. You're not going to want to miss it. We'll see you then. Welcome back to Powerlifting America Scary Strong 3. The conclusion. We are into our final event of the entire meet, the deadlifts. Lindsay is going to start us off 130 kilos for her opening attempt.
Now it looks like we only have 9 lifters left in this flight, so this might move a little bit faster than before. A little bit sticky. On the edge of our
Waiting
seat
for
here.
those lights. Having some technical difficulties. Should be a good lift, although it was a bit sticky like you noted.
You see Brooke there waiting patiently. You know, honestly, that throws me off when there's
It
technical
throws me off
difficulties right
too.
before my lift.
Especially when you have to wait, when you're not expected to wait.
Yeah.
But, I mean, for Brooke, she's just here to have fun. All of her lifts have been super easy today, so I expect the deadlift to go very, very similar. Oh, unfortunately for Lindsay's lift, that was going to be a no lift. She got blue cards there,
Soft lockout.
probably, or some up and down motion. It was a bit more difficult than you
Yeah.
expect an opener to be. She's just going to end up repeating that on her second attempt, trying to lock in that total. Brooke smokes 135 for her opening attempt.
Ladies and gentlemen, Power Brookie on Instagram.
Go give her a follow.
It's a good handle.
It is a good handle. Darlene coming out 142.5. Again, she's a 52 kilo lifter.
That's a big deadlift for 52
Yep,
kilo
that
lifter.
is a big deadlift for her opener. £314.
And she moves it easy. This is going to be a fun session to watch on deadlifts.
Definitely so. Taylor's coming out next. 145 on the bar for her. Has been super fired up all day and keeps that energy going for the deadlifts. 3 white lights for her opening attempt.
Kelsey up next, opening with 155 kilos. I've really enjoyed watching Kelsey today. She really brings the intensity.
Definitely so. And again, she had a bit of a cut going into the meet, so it was difficult at the start to get her groove back, replenish, rehydrate. But let's see how this opener moves on deadlifts. Bit tough at the lockout, but it was smooth. Yep, smooth all the way through. 3 white lights, good lift.
She looks satisfied.
And perhaps all her deadlifts move like that.
Exactly. Now
You
we
have
have
some-
Ashley Tran.
165 for her opening attempt. She's going to smoke this.
She's got a very satisfying deadlift technique. It's the best way to describe it, honestly. All smiles for Ashley on the platform here.
She's got a lot of supporters in the crowd, being a Boston local. Easy.
Wow. Look at that deadlift. Ashley coached by Tons.
Carry tons, that is. Hannah up next. 172.5 for her opening attempt. Only 5 kilos under her best in competition. I mean, she's had a day thus far, setting a PR squat, PR bench, trying to set up a super meet here.
Also a Boston local herself, training at Cambridge Strength and Conditioning. And Hannah makes quick work of the opener.
I think she's in for a deadlift PR today.
I would agree.
Jacqueline Malater, 202.5 on the bar for her opening attempt. Has just missed one lift so far, her third attempt squat. Gonna be looking to go 3 for 3 in the deads.
Coached by Kelly Mann from Team Performotion out of Australia. I believe they're the Australian national team coaches, correct?
Yeah, Kelly's got a pretty big roster here.
A lot of local athletes in the Boston area as well.
See how this moves.
Wow.
Nice and easy.
Just as we expected, though. And finishing out the flight, Hendrick with 215 kilos on the bar here.
Again, making his debut to the 74 kilo class. Hybrid athlete here.
I wonder if they have a dot score or something similar for distance running. Something like that.
Potentially.
They don't have weight classes or anything, though, so.
Potentially just based on time. Now we're already back to the top of the order. Lindsay, 130 kilos, is going to be repeated for her. She doesn't look too distraught from missing that opener.
Might have just been, nerves on that first attempt. Looking to get on the board now.
Oh,
And she
that looked a
knocks
lot
that one
better.
out. It looks like it's going to be a good lift, and it is. Lindsay is now on the board.
Probably a big sigh of relief there for her.
Absolutely, yeah. Taylor bringing the energy as usual. 150 kilos on the bar. That's 331 pounds.
Has to put in some work, but fights her way all the way up to the top. 3 white lights. It's a great lift for Taylor. Brooke coming up next. 150 stays on the bar for her.
All right, so obviously I don't watch any horror movies. What do you think of this one?
So Brooke's favorite horror film is Midsommar. I've actually seen that. It's a pretty good movie. Hopefully she's watching it after this to celebrate what a great meet she's had. 3 white lights. That's a good second attempt for Brooke. $150 stays on the bar for Darlene Sun. Again, a 52 kilo lifter. That is under 114 pounds, pulling 150 kilos. Let's see how this moves for Darlene.
If she hits this, this is a DOTS PR right now. A 413.
Let's see it. Great work there.
That looks good to me. And the refs agree.
Of course, it's going to be a bit slower than her opener, but it was still smooth all the way through. Probably going to take a smaller jump from there, though. Bars loaded for Kelsey. Now she, again, coming into this, had a bit of a cut for that 57 kilo class. Had to put in a bit of work with 155 kilos. But she seems like one of those really gritty lifters, jumping up to 162.5. Let's see how this goes for her. Oh, wow.
I think you might be right. I think her deadlift just looked like that. That wasn't a small jump. And she
Definitely, yeah.
executed.
Yeah, she executed there. Fast off the floor, and she just sticks with it, that lockout. Now, Ashley Tran looks super locked in for this second attempt. 175 on the bar for her. 385 pounds. Again, she's just trying to qualify here, trying to have a bit of fun. Has a beautiful deadlift technique. I'm sure this is going to fly for her. She's got a super impressive best deadlift of 190 kilos. There it is. Easy work there from Ashley. 3 white lights. Great lift. Hannah looking to cross into the 400-pound barrier for the first time in competition. 182.5 on the bar for her. Yes, ma'am. Lock it in. Bit sticky at lockout, but she
Looks like a good lift to me.
should be good. 3 white lights.
And it is.
Judges agree. Now, Jackie Malater
Looking to tie her best deadlift here of 215 kilos.
and her best total. I mean, this would give her a 547.5 kilo total, which would match her best that she completed at the SBD Raleigh meet back in July, not too long ago. Trying to match her best total in comp. Typically competes as a 69 kilo lifter. Decided not to cut for this meet. Just have some fun, set some PRs. Let's see how this second attempt match deadlift PR goes for her.
Oh,
That was
wow.
so speedy. Wow. I mean, where's she going to go from there? What do you think?
You think she's going to take another 12 and a half to 500?
I I mean, I think she could take a crack at it. I think she will probably secure a deadlift PR, a total PR. She could take another,
Dots PR, maybe?
yeah, dots PR
Maybe.
potentially.
Let's see. She only has 50 seconds to put in an attempt, so we'll find out very soon. But while we're waiting, Hendrik loading 225 kilos on the bar.
His debut to the 74 kilo class. Fighting up with 225. Locks it in.
And as we saw on his other lifts, he can grind. He can push through.
He's got a lot
sticky
of heart
climb.
on him. Looks very relieved that that attempt was 3 white lights.
It looks like Jackie's loading 220 kilos, so 485 pounds.
I'm excited to see her do that.
Now we're back at the top with Lindsay taking 137 kilos.
Just a bit too much today. Thankfully, so she did get that second attempt in where she had to repeat her opener. Still solidifies a 355 kilo total. Taylor's up next with 155 kilos. No, I'm not sure if Taylor's gonna come out actually. Waiting for her in the wings there. Could be timing out on purpose, on accident. We'll have to wait and see.
I mean, it is down
There's
to
our boy Marshall
nine.
there.
It is down to 9 lifters this flight, so the turnaround time is quite fast, especially if everybody's smoking their openers. I mean, smoking their seconds. So one poorly timed bathroom trip
It
could,
could do it.
yeah,
It could
it
do it
could
for
do it.
you.
Hopefully, if she is looking to take the attempt, she's got to run up there now.
If not, this is a good time to shout out to our presenting sponsor, SBD, our meet director, Mr. Pete Spence, for hosting such a lovely, well produced event here in Boston, Massachusetts. Looks like Taylor is going to time out with that final attempt. Darlene is going to come out to 155 to end off her day.
This will tie her best deadlift in competition, but she's already got a PR dots. So it's already a good meet on the day. So this is just going to be a little bit extra.
Yeah, I mean, at her last meet, she competed under the 57 kilo weight class, so she is in the 52 kilo weight class now.
Come on, Darlene.
Having to put in some work, just a bit too much
But
today.
that was a good fight.
It was a really good fight. It was a good way to end off the day. Doesn't look too distraught from that. Still ended up with a 332.5 kilo total in the 52 kilo weight class.
Brooke now taking 162 kilos for her third attempt. It looks like even with just a qualifying meet, she's cracking into that 400 dots range.
I mean, just shows her pure strength with just seemingly a fun meet, a meet where she's not really trying. Still has a phenomenal coefficient score. All smiles there as she ends off the day 9 for 9 at her Powerlifting America debut meet.
And I'm sure her son is very happy to see her mother do well.
Kelsey now 167.5 for her final attempt. Both her opener and her second attempt move a bit slow, especially at the lockout, but she seems to have that style where she's just got a lot of heart. She's got a lot of fight in her, even after a difficult cut. So let's see her lock up this third and final attempt. Let's see it. Comes off the ground. Can she lock it out? She's still fighting with that weight, and there it is.
It doesn't look like there was an up and down.
Let's see the call. Let's see what the judges say.
Ah, so close.
Oh, and she looks disappointed. I mean, I would just call that a mental win there. I mean,
Yeah.
after a tough cut, coming in, hadn't made a third attempt on the day, was able to fight up with that weight, I'd call that a win in my heart.
Looks like Ashley's got 187 kilos on the bar. That's just under her best deadlift of 190 kilos. But that does seem like what they're going for today. Either match or just under her best. But I'm guessing this is going to move.
I'm guessing it's going to move. Took a relatively big jump, 12.5 kilos. But her second attempt absolutely flew like a bullet. Let's see it. 413 pounds. for the 63 kilo lifter. Oh
Wow.
my gosh. Ashley Tran, everybody. That moved like butter. Easy work there. 9 for 9 on the day.
She's been getting real serious and real locked in before her attempts. You think she needed to, or you think things are moving the way they are because she's been getting locked in? Now, that's a tough
I think
question.
it's the latter. I think because she is so locked in, so focused, that's what made all her lifts move as easy as they did. And now Hannah, 192.5.
Another 10-kilo jump, looking to go 9 for 9 here.
Already, I mean, she's currently sitting at a 450 kilo total. This would give her 460 in the 76 kilo class. Huge PR total on the day if she gets this.
And
And
she'd
if she
break
doesn't get it, she's already secured a huge PR total. Let's see it. Lock it out.
smooth rep. Perfect third attempt.
Perfect day for
It's a
Hannah.
good lift, and she has now broken the milestone of 450 dots for the first time.
Now Jackie Malater, 220 kilos loaded on the bar for her. This would be a PR deadlift, PR total. This would cross her over the 550 kilo total club. For the first time, it's a very selective club in both the 76 and the 69 kilo weight class, sending a message to the other 69 kilos of the United States. She is coming. Let's see it, Jackie. Oh my gosh. That was absolutely
I
incredible.
told you she had 500 today.
I think she could have had 500. Gives a hug to the announcer, Sergio, there. I mean, 552 kilos.
I feel like it doesn't even register how strong she
It
is.
doesn't. I mean, she is just such an incredible talent in the sport.
She's a PhD student.
Mm-hmm. Doing it all. We'll see her in Atlanta at PA Open Nationals. Now we are moving straight into the final flight, Flight B. Sean's going to get us started with 220 kilos. The action only continues. Easy work there from Sean. 3 white lights, it's a good lift.
Ted dialed in, just like he was with squat and bench. He's 6 for 6 on the day. Let's see if Ted can finish out with a perfect day today.
Easy work there.
Jeff Bruno up next, 225 kilos.
Just shy of 500 pounds for his opening attempt.
This is Jeff's 10th meet, by the way.
What a milestone. 10th meet. Eric now. Bar goes up to 230 kilos.
Every single deadlift for the remainder of this competition is over 500 pounds.
I mean, we can't overlook that. I mean, again, as powerlifters, we're kind of desensitized to this amount of weight, but yeah, over 500 pounds, excuse me, for every opener after this point.
This is a local meet.
This is a local meet. This is a strong and scary local meet.
What do you think? More strong or more scary?
I think we're strong. I
We'll have
think
to
we're
see.
strong. I mean, we'll have to see at the end of the day. We'll have to see how the deadlifts shake up, how these attempts go.
Whoever put those cobwebs up, though, made it pretty scary.
Yeah, I wonder who did that. They did such a phenomenal job with those cobwebs.
Absolutely. I agree.
Richard now, 230 kilos stays on the bar for him. We're in the 83 kilo class.
I don't know about you, but I hate spiders. So if I was up
I
there,
hate spiders.
I would try to lock that deadlift out as soon as possible just so I could get
Just to
off the
run off the
platform.
platform.
Yeah.
Smooth attempt for Richard.
Looking strong.
And scary.
Kamiar looking to close out his good day on bench with deadlifts here. Now, if you guys don't remember, he did have what it seems like to be an injury or something bothering him going into squats. So they were being safe, taking some bigger jumps, just playing by feel. But bench went exceptionally well, and it looks like deadlift is going to go well as well.
Yeah, I mean, based off that opener, super, super light for him.
Oh,
Seems
look
to
at that
shrug it
little
off.
shrug. Yeah, he's feeling it. He's feeling good.
Chris now, 247.5 for his opening attempt.
Now, Chris's son still has some catching up to do in terms of dots. Very well executed meet, but
Gotta
looks like,
take some inspiration from his dad there.
yeah, his dad's still got to show him who's boss.
He's probably watching the crowd right now.
Yeah. Interesting deadlift stance there. You don't see that very commonly.
Yeah, he's got a stance where his feet are quite close. But it works for him. 3 white lights. Michael Gagne
Very
locking
cutesy.
in, but then waving to the camera. Locking in. 252.5 for his opening attempt. Has been dealing with quite a bit of adversity over the past year with sciatica. But he moves that deadlift with ease.
La La Land is his favorite horror movie. Is that even a horror movie?
I think it is.
Okay.
I think it is.
I don't, well, we already have established I don't watch horror movies, so.
It's a sad love story. Let's just say that. It's a horror movie.
Okay.
It should classify as a horror movie. I think Michael Gagne would agree. Now, Albert Lee, 255 kilos for his opening attempt.
That opener seems on par with what he needs to hit a 600-pound deadlift today.
Had some big goals coming into this meet.
A little bit sticky there.
A
We'll
little bit
see
sticky.
what they want to put on the bar for the second.
And that's the thing. You could come into meets having some big goals and then having to adjust on the day. So we'll see where he goes for his second attempt. That could be just his style of deadlifting, where every attempt seems to be slow, but then he could still add some more weight. Mikey now 260 kilos for his opening attempt. Easy work there. Gonna be expecting some big jumps from him. And now, Mr. Redemption himself. 305 kilos for Mr. Atwood's opening deadlift. This will give him a 792.5 kilo total already on his opening attempt. This would already best what he did in competition last time he competed at the 2023 IPF World Championships.
I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen, but he had a very, very strong last pull, or Very strong last post on Instagram, at least.
I'm sure this is going to fly for him. Already getting dangerously close to that big 800 kilo total barrier.
Wow.
Nice.
Moved like the empty bar.
2-1. It's a good lift. Gets one yellow card. Yeah, checking in
Yeah.
with that referee that
He knows exactly what he
he I
needs.
mean he has been in the game for over a decade. Seems to me like that referee thought that he dropped the bar just a tad too early. So he's surely going to make sure to hold on for his second and third attempts. Now Trey, big opener here, 315 kilos. Nearly 700 pounds for Mr. Trey himself.
Wow. Now, 315 is a big milestone for a lot of people in the gym, but this is in kilos.
This is in kilos, and he is, again, a 93 kilo lifter. I remember him being one of the star studded junior lifters coming up. Now he's aged out into the open division.
He looks very big and muscular for a 93, doesn't he?
Yeah, surely so. Took some time off, hasn't competed since June of last year, and clearly built up some strength in his time off. Rolling into second attempt, Sean, 235 for his second attempt. $15 kilo jump here. Pretty standard in the deadlift.
Nice and smooth all the way up, and it looks like it's going to be a good lift.
And it is.
Unfazed.
3 white lights. Yeah, great second there. Has some room to grow into his third. Now, Ted Diaz, 237.5 for his second attempt. 15 kilo jump here, and he handles it with ease. 3 white lights. It's a good lift. Now, Jeff Bruno has had a phenomenal day so far, only missing his third attempt bench, trying to go 3 for 3 to end off his day in the deadlifts. 240 on the bar for him. Nice work there. 3 white lights, good lift. Richard now, 240 kilos, stays on the bar for him. This would already be a 2.5 kilo deadlift PR if he makes this. His first attempt was a bit sticky. Let's see how this goes for him. Fights his way up.
If there's one thing we've seen from Richard, it's that he's got grit, and he can push through these reps.
Definitely so. I mean, he hasn't missed a lift yet. Only missed his opening attempt. And,
Due to timing out.
yep, not on strength at all. It was totally fine. 242.5 for Eric's second attempt. Bit of a fight there towards the lockout, but he's able to push through. There it is. 3 white lights. Good lift. Could add another 5, maybe even 7.5 there. But definitely likely going to take a smaller jump than from his first attempt. Now Chris, the father of the father-son duo, in that beautiful Team USA singlet, 260 kilos on the bar for his second attempt. Trying to go for a deadlift PR. Has a very interesting style with his stance. His feet kind of close together, or extremely close together. Nice attempt there. And that is a deadlift PR secured for Chris. Albert Lee.
Jumping 7.5 kilos. From what I remember, that first attempt was not the fastest, right?
Yep, he definitely had to put in a bit of work towards the middle of the rep. So 7.5 kilos in the deadlift, especially at this weight, is fairly on the conservative
I'd
end.
say it's conservative to moderate, yep.
Let's see how it goes for him.
There you go, Albert.
Nice. Let's see what the judges say on that. 2-1. It's a good lift. I worried there that there was going to be some potential supporting on the thighs just with his style of deadlift.
But then again, the angle that we're looking at from, it's tough to tell if there was any support. So 20 kilo jump from the first attempt for Kamyar.
Yeah, I mean, Kamyar had a phenomenal bench press session.
Third attempt looked like nothing.
Yeah, his third attempt was awesome work from him. Now trying to hit just 2.5 kilos under his best deadlift in comp with 265. Let's see it. Yes. Very, very easy off the ground.
Let's
Just
see what
having
the
to put
refs
some
say.
work in the lockout, but it's good. Seems moderately pleased with that.
Michael coming up next. If he hits this, he is breaking into the 700 kilo total range.
For the first time in competition.
This would make it a 50 kilo PR total. That is no joke. 50 kilos in one meet.
And with the adversity that he's had to deal with, that is absolutely insane for Mr. Strength Through Cinema himself. Let's go. Strawberry lemon correct it.
So with that pull, it puts him within 90 kilos of his #1 competitor, Taylor Atwood.
I mean, we're going to have to see if he puts in a fake attempt. He could be making some attempt changes here. You do have 2 calls to change your final attempt, so
things are about to get interesting.
He could potentially be pulling for the win. I'm super excited to see that. Now, Mikey, 275 for his second attempt, just over 600 pounds. I'm sure this is going to move well based on how his day has gone thus far. And it does.
And you're precisely right.
Literally shrugs it off. Oh, yeah. Taylor Atwood. This is what you guys are watching the stream for. Don't call it a comeback. 325 kilos on the bar for Taylor.
He's on pace right now to match his all-time PR.
This would give Taylor Atwood a 812.5 kilo total. He has not hit that in years. I mean, he hasn't hit over 800 since he hit that legendary 838.5 kilo performance back in 2021.
And when he first hit 325, that was an American record, right?
Yes, sir. I'm sure this is going to fly for him based off what we saw on Instagram. And again, I mean, having to deal with so much adversity, so much injury, we love to see this for him. Let's go! Yes, sir! Locked in! 812.5 kilos for Mr. Atwood in the 83 kilo class.
We might be watching one of the greatest comeback meets of all time right now.
I think so. I think precisely that's what it is. He's got one final attempt left. He's already solidified a great total in the 83 kilo class. I mean, if you're over that 800 kilo mark, you're killing it. And whew,
He
I
just loaded
just
342 and a half.
I'm excited to see that. But first, Trey Ricard, 335 kilos for his second attempt. This would be a 5 kilo deadlift PR if he hits this. Let's see it. Awesome work. That should be good. And it is. Oh, yeah. Look at the excitement that he shows on his face. Took some time off from competing.
I think we just glossed over that. The Taylor Atwood attempt.
I think we did. I think we
342
moved on
and a half.
342 and a half.
That's an all-time PR at his comeback meet.
I mean, we'll have to see if he perhaps puts in a change for that final deadlift, but I'm excited to see that now we are on to third deadlifts. It won't be long until we're at the end of the flight. We got to savor every moment. These are the final 10 to 15 minutes of Scary Strong 3. Ted Diaz is going to start off our third attempts with 245 kilos. A 5 kilo PR. Let's see it. Yes! Should be good. And it is. 3 white lights. 9 for 9 on the day for Ted Diaz. 620 kilo total. Great work there. I mean, that's a super meet. That's all you could ask for. Sean coming up, trying to end off his day with a 245 kilo final attempt. This would give him an all-time PR total by 2.5 kilos. Yes.
And he ices it.
Three white lights. Secured that PR total. Bars loaded. Jeff Bruno, 245 kilos on the bar for his final attempt. Had to put in some work through that sticking point there, but he locks it out. Ends the day 3 for 3 in the deadlifts, 8 for 9 on the day. What more can you ask for? Richard coming out, 245 stays on the bar for him. Again, all his attempts thus far looked kind of gritty. He's just that lifter that can seemingly grind out almost anything you put on the bar. So let's see him end off this day with a PR attempt here. 245 kilos.
Getting ready here.
Yeah, he almost has a strongman type
Yeah.
style with setting up.
Wow, and
Push
that is
through.
just pure strength. All of his thirds have moved the same or better as his second.
Pure grittiness there. Celebrates 3 for 3, 8 for 9 on the day. Only missed that opening squat based on not showing up. So other than that, he had the perfect attempt selection.
Eric Andrews here with 252 kilos on the bar for his third attempt deadlift. Looking to close out the day with a 9 for 9 meet performance. And if he hits this, he also breaks into that 400 dots mark, which would actually be a PR for him as well. So this is a big milestone, and I'm sure he wants it bad.
Let's
Come on,
see
Eric.
it. Fight through. It's not
Oh,
gonna go.
that was close.
It was a good fight. It was a good
Yeah.
fight. Chris, 7.5 kilo jump here, 267.5 for his final attempt.
His second attempt deadlift moved pretty well.
Trying to close out his day strong. Getting close to that 600-pound mark. Again, that's what I'm saying. These masters lifters, they can grind out their attempts. They are gritty.
There have been a lot of strong masters lifters today.
Let's see it, Chris. Lock it out.
Come on, Chris.
Yes. Pure grittiness right there.
And guys, keep in mind, he handled his son before this.
Yeah,
Right
he
before.
wasn't resting. He was focused on making sure his son had a great competition, which he did, and then competing right after. Hats off to Chris.
Adriana, look. Albert is going for that 600 mark. He
He's
took
going
the
for
10
it.
kilo. He's going for it.
He's going for it. What more? You have nothing to lose. You have nothing to lose. Let's see it.
Come on, Albert. You want this.
He wants the big six. Lock it in. Breaks the ground with it. Unfortunately, it's not going to go.
I think it was worth a shot, though.
I think it was worth a shot.
He
You
came
never
here
know.
for that goal, right?
You never know. It might be your day where miracles happen. You get that lift up.
Camille here also looking to go 9 for 9. A lot of potential 9 for 9s today.
I mean, yeah, looking across the board, we haven't had too many missed lifts. We've
For
had
a
great
local meet?
Yeah, we've had great attempt selection throughout the day.
275. This is 606 pounds, is it not?
Finish the lift. Ah,
Oh.
missed that down command. Wasn't able to fully lock it out.
Looks like he had lost balance or something like that. And Michael here, about to take his third attempt. He's had a great meet so far.
I believe this would be an all-time deadlift PR for Michael Gagne,
That sounds
aka
like
Yellow Thick Road, aka Silly Camera Guy, if he gets this.
he's hype.
I'm hype. I'm hype for him. 280 kilos on the bar for Mr. STC himself. Come on!
Let's go,
Lock
Michael.
it out! Yes, sir! Oh my gosh, I know how emotional that is for him. I am about to cry back here watching that. Gives a bow to the crowd. Gives a shout out.
This is strength through cinema, ladies and gentlemen.
This is-
See life differently.
This is
And
literally strength through
Sure,
cinema.
Michael sees life differently after that third attempt.
9 for 9. Super meet. 715 PR total.
Absolute class act too. He knows he only needed to pull 395 to beat out Taylor Atwood today. Seems like he just decided to be respectful.
He decided to be a bit humble. He
Yeah.
decided to be a bit humble today. Now, not to be outdone, Mikey finishing up with a 287.5 kilo deadlift. Huge weight here, well over 600 pounds. Yes, sir! 9 for 9. Locked it up. Great, phenomenal handling
That's a
job
PR
there.
deadlift.
Nice. Phenomenal job of handling there by Gabby Martinez.
And guys, this is the moment we've been waiting for. Taylor Atwood with his return. This is an all-time deadlift PR here.
342.5 on the bar for Mr. Atwood. This would give him an 830 kilo total if he hits this. Look how fired up and focused he is. I'm sure we have all missed this type of energy that Taylor always brought to the platform. Hasn't competed since 2023 IPF Worlds, making a comeback here in the 83 kilo class.
Taylor knows this is his chance to prove the doubters and the haters wrong.
Let's see it. Everyone waits with bated breath. Come on, Taylor. Come on.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Taylor
Taylor
Atwood.
Atwood.
That is the return.
830 kilos for Taylor Atwood.
What a finish.
Respect the freaking belt. He's back. He tells the haters, he tells the lovers, he's back, and you can't do anything about it.
What a finish to the Scary Strong 3.
But wait, we have more action after this. Ooh, he's got a message there for the haters. We can't exactly read lips. Maybe it's a good thing that we can't, but all he has to say is, don't doubt him. Don't call it a comeback. And now to close out Scary Strong 3, Trey Ricard. Speaking of a comeback, hasn't competed in over a year. Now trying to set an all-time total PR. 345 kilos in the deadlift.
Wow.
Ooh. I think he's okay. Ooh, he might have.
He might have hit his head on the.
He might have. Ooh. I think he should be all right.
He's getting up on his own.
He's getting up. He's all right, guys. What a finish to Scary Strong 3. Trey Ricard is all right. He still ends off the day with a big total over 800 kilos. Wow. What a session that was. Scary Strong 3. We saw the return of a legend, Taylor Atwood. I mean, what did you think of that? 830 kilos.
Honestly, I wasn't expecting him
If
to
I'm going
load
to be
that
honest,
much.
I expected he could potentially go over 800, but 830 kilos?
For his first meet
His
back.
first meet back in a year and a half. And he sends a message to the haters. We'll see him in Atlanta.
He is, in fact, not washed.
He's not washed, but, I mean, what a day. Of course, the highlight was Taylor Atwood and his comeback. Not to be outdone by Jackie Malater hitting a big PR total, 552.5, alongside other crazy strong lifters, Ashley Tran, Michael Gagne, Trey Ricard, and, some phenomenal stories back here. If we look at the floating cam, we've got Taylor celebrating with his son there and his coaching staff. I mean, what a comeback for Mr. Atwood. Now, thank you so much for joining us for Powerlifting America Scary Strong 3. My name is Adriana Davis.
And my name is Alec Chen.